Once we got all the documents in order and I started talking with people, I realized that, wow, the opportunities are endless and there's no ceiling. And which is kind of why I signed with Browning in general, is to say, okay, what is my maximum potential? And how can I reach that?
So what about the process revealed to you that there was no ceilings? Because you're right. I do think everyone goes into the process and they think it's going to be this cookie cutter program. Did you start to see that there was no ceilings and there was no mold?
The amount of quality contacts that were passed off to me by Browning just blew my mind. So you guys would have your meetings and project managers would share contacts and ones that would be appropriate for me to meet with, 2 to 3, sometimes 4 a week. And the quality of contacts that I spoke with was just mind blowing. Because what I ended up doing was taking their experiences and just putting it in my pocket. So that way I can learn from everything they're doing to enhance my own brand and enhance my own ceiling, if you will. You're building your own personal professional Rolodex that you have for life. That's some of the best people I've met within the last year. It's undescribable.
Is you've made the transition from the Marine Corps into corporate America. And I've had a lot of clients who have been in the military and then trying to transition, I have a few right now, into corporate America. So what made the difference for you? Was it easy? Was it difficult?
What I had to personally overcome was, how do I translate what I've done in the past to something that makes sense to people on the corporate side? I feel as if Browning provided any and every resource absolutely available. Not only did they provide resources, every person I talked to was just so excited to be able to help and facilitate my personal success. And it turned into a professional transaction that evolved into a family. And so for people who don't really have a professional family, if you will, this is what it evolved into, where I could contact anybody in the Browning network and they would bend over backwards to make sure that anything I needed, they were able to help facilitate.
So I think when you onboard with an organization like Browning Associates, you absolutely have to be able to use your project manager to your advantage. At the end of the day, we are a tool. I like to say I'm Jiminy Cricket on your shoulder, or the Siri of job search. Use me as so. What's the point of having a tool if you're not going to use it as a sounding board? So Joey and I had a really good rhythm with one another, which I think is what led to your ultimate success.
I have never met somebody so resilient and willing to do anything possible to make sure I had a successful campaign than you, Brittany, because you take this personally and you have so much passion in what you do that you were unwilling to not manage expectations appropriately. And so any question I had, you were right there, Johnny, on the spot to make sure that I was taking the appropriate steps. And that is what I want to say advocates for Browning. If I would venture to say that all project managers have the same mindset as you did, where they're willing to go above and beyond, day, night, doesn't matter, to get me the tools to make me successful in my campaign. And so that's the differential. I'm sure there's similar organizations that advocate saying that they do the same thing. However, they get you in the pipeline and they let you go. Realistically, I believe that all project managers in Browning refuse to lose, and they have this intrinsic motivation to make a difference in the lives of every client they have. And so what they do is they personally surround them to make sure they give them every little resource they can to get them further to their goals. And so for me, that's what it was about. How do I get to my 3 to 5 year goals, and what does that look like? And Brittany, you were there every step of the way, and you refused to let me feel like I was fighting this battle by myself. And so that was the value proposition of coming to Browning after the military, because I didn't know how to do any of that. And you walked me through that process. Now I feel like I can conquer the world. So it was an amazing campaign, and I built a family that's going to be there for life. And it's kind of like Fight Club. Once you get in, you can never get out, so